Hello students. Now in this video let's see maximization in transportation problem. Already in this video last I taught you in general the transportation method is used for minimization problems. However, it may be it may also be used to solve problems in which the objective function is to maximize. When we consider the unit profit, payoff, that is denoted by PIG instead of unit cost that is denoted by CIJ. To solve such problems, that is maximization of TP maximization of transportation problem, we convert the given profit matrix into loss matrix that is into minimization problem, and this can be done by subtracting all elements from the highest element. From the profit matrix. Now let's see example on this. There are 3 manufacturing plants located at A, B, C, transporting the product to market centers X and Y. Who sell the product, those market centers sell the product. Consider the data. Now, what was the data given to us? There are 3 manufacturing plants ABC transporting their product to these centers who sell the product. Now the data is given as here market center, this is X and Y. Now what are here? Plants. How many plants? A, B and C. Plant A, B, C we have. Fine. Now what is the here? The production cost per unit. This is given in rupees. For plant A, the production cost is rupees 15. Now for B, the production cost is rupees 16, and for C, the production cost is rupees 7. Okay. Now here let me write transportation cost per unit. This is also given in what? Rupees. Now for market center X, from A, the transportation cost will be rupees 10. From B to X, the transportation cost will be rupees 20. From C to X, the transportation cost is rupees 25. Okay. And here the requirement, let me write here the requirement. The requirement at market X is 35. Here let me write for center Y. A to Y, the transportation cost is rupees 15. From B to Y, the transportation cost is rupees 30. And from C to Y, the transportation cost is rupees 30. And the requirement is here 36. Now, one more thing we need, that is also given to us. What is selling price here? At these centers X and Y, selling price. So selling price per unit. At center X, it is rupees 44. And a selling price per unit at center Y is rupees 47. Okay. Also, what was the capacity of these plants? Capacity of plant A is 20. Capacity of plant B is 30. And capacity of plant C is 40. Now, what was the total here? Look at. These capacities are our supply and requirement are our demands. Now, what are the total here? Here the total is 90. 50 plus 40, so it will be 90. And what about this? This is 71. So here it will be 19. This is how much? 71. So if we want to convert it into TP, then it will become unbalanced. This will give us the costs. Now, first of all, it will give us a profit. We have to consider here this problem. The question is that find the optimal Find the optimal total profit. Optimal total profit. So to find profit, first of all, we need to convert this given data into profit matrix. So for that, let me tell you, I had already taught you what are these things. Okay, now for finding profit, what was the result? Now what are the things here? Production cost, transportation cost. So if anyone produce something, then while determining profit, he must eliminate these things from that will be the remaining profit. So what was the formula here? It is selling price minus production minus transportation. That will be what? The profit. So I can say as profit equal to selling price minus production cost minus transportation cost. So that is equal to, now for each and everything we need to determine that, because production cost for plant A at X, production cost for plant A will be 15 and to transport at X it will be 10. Yeah, but to transport at Y it will be 15. So these two gives us that matrix. So let me find product profit P11, or you can say at cell 11 profit P11. Okay, so P11 equal to what? The selling price. So selling price is here 44 minus what is production is 15 minus transportation, so 10. So that is how much? 19. Similarly P12, what is P12 means this, or P12 means this one you can consider. Yeah, P12 is this, because first row second column. So P12 is how much? 47 minus 15 minus 15. 47 minus 15 minus 15 equal to how much? 17. As such, we can find out the profit for this each and every transportation cost for X as well as Y. So using that I can prepare a profit matrix. Therefore the profit matrix is, what does that? It will be, our destinations are X and Y, these markets, yeah, and their capacity is our supply capacity. Here the plants A, B and C are our origins, and here the requirement is our demand. So at X, first profit will be 19, then here it will be 17. Fine. Here let me prepare a box. Okay, again for this one let's find out 44 minus 16 minus 20. So that is how much? 8. It will be 8. Again 47 minus 16 minus 30. So it will be 1. Then 44 minus 7 minus 25. So it will is how much? 12. And 47 minus 7 minus 35. So it will be how much? 5. Now requirements are known to you. Here it is 35. Here it is 36. And the capacities are 20 30 and 40. So due to that, what is the total here? It will be 90, and this is how much? 71. This is 71. Already we have written it here also. So according to that, this is an unbalanced transportation problem. First of all, we need to make it balanced, and later on we can solve it further. Okay. So we can say here summation capacity is not equal to summation requirement. Therefore, given problem is unbalanced TP. Okay, this will be an unbalanced TP because of this difference. Now, how much is this difference? This one requirement is less than by 19 here than capacity. So here we can do that. We can add a dummy destination having a requirement 19. Therefore, a balanced profit matrix is it is, what does that? It will be X, Y, then dummy, and here the capacities and all. So let me write for capacity C. Okay, and what is here? Origin A, B and C. So here these profits as it is, here we will take the cost, profit will be 0 for dummy. Here it is 8, 1, and here it is again 0. Here 12, 5 and 0. And the requirements, for requirement let me write R. Okay. Now for requirement, we know here the requirement is 35, here it is 36, and here we want it is 19. And the capacities are as it is 20, 30 and 40. So now it will become balanced, that is 90. It will be balanced now. Fine. But now this is a profit matrix. So everyone wants to increase his profit, means this is a problem of maximization type. So here we need to convert this into minimization type first. So let me write convert it in minimization problem. Convert it in minimization problem by subtracting all elements from the highest element, of profit matrix. Now the highest element of profit matrix, we have to consider this matrix for that. So 19, 17, 0, 8, 1, 0, 12, 5, 0. Among these, 19 is the maximum. So we have to subtract each and every profit from this 19. So from using that, we get the matrix here X, Y, this dummy as it is. So from that we get the matrix now 19 minus 19, first entry, 19 minus 19 will be 0. 19 minus 17 will be 2. Here we get 19. 19 minus 8 will be 11. Here we get 18. Here again 19. Here it will be 7. Here 14 and again 19. And the supply and demand remains same. That is a capacity and the requirement remains same. It is 35, 36 and 19. Here 20, 30 and 40. Now here this is now our minimization type of transportation problem. This one we have to solve. First of all, find initial basic feasible solution, that is IBFS, either using northwest corner, least cost method or VAM. So let me find it using VAM and later on we will go for its optimization. Now by VAM, what is the initial basic feasible solution? So let me prepare a cells for that. So here these are cost now. Here the supply is 20. $11, 18, 19. This is 30. This is 7, 14 and 19. It is 40. Okay, and the requirement. $35, 36, 19, so it is 90. A, B, C and the requirement. So here let me write row penalty and column penalty. So row penalty is here 2, here it is 7, here it is 7 again. What about this? 7, this one 12, this is 0. So this 12 is the maximum and here 2 is the least cost. So minimum of 20 and 36. So here the allocation 20. So this is get cancelled. Here 16 are left. Okay. So now this row is get satisfied. So row penalty will change. So here the row penalty, here we have to, row is get satisfied. So column penalty will change. So here it will be 4. Here it is again 4 and here 0. So now maximum among the 7, 7, 4, 4 is 7. So let me choose this 7. So 7 will be chosen. So here 11 is the least cost. So here we get the allocation 30. So this 30 is get cancelled. So second row is get satisfied. Here how much left? 5. So second row satisfied, first row satisfied. So only these 3 cells are left. So let me put these allocations here 5, here 16 and here how much? 19. These are our allocations here. Now let's go for, if this is non-degenerate, we can directly go for optimality. So now here number of allocations, total number of allocations equal to how many? 5. And that is equal to m plus n minus 1. That is 3 plus 3 minus 1. 6 minus 1 will be 5. Therefore it is non-degenerate. Or basic feasible solution. Therefore we can go for optimality test. Therefore optimality test is applicable. It can be applied. Fine. So let's go for that. So now for optimality test, I have been prepared a table here. Here we have the allocation 20, here 30, 5, 16 and 19. Fine. Now you know, first of all here we have to determine ui and vj. So u3, v1, v2, v3. So let me take u3 0, so v3 will be 19, this is 14, this is 7. So now 7 plus something will be 11, so 7 plus 4 will be 11. Again 14 plus something will be 2, so 14 minus 12 will be what? 2. So here now after finding ui and vj, let's determine delta ij. So what is this? This is minus 5. This is 7 minus 19, so minus 12. This is 0. What about this? This is 19 plus 4 will be 23 minus 19, so it will be 4. So here we get a positive delta. So as delta 2, 3 greater than 0 implies current solution is not optimal. Current solution is not optimal. Therefore form a loop from delta 2, 3. Okay. So let's form a loop from delta 2, 3. So from delta 2, 3, if we will form a loop, then we can come here, 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 here and here. As such we can form a loop. Otherwise there is no way to come here again. Fine. So here, now we won't consider this allocation here. We will go here. These are our points here. Remember this one. And then we will come here again. So this direction, suppose. So here plus theta, minus theta, here again plus theta, minus theta. So new allocation is minimum of minus theta, is minimum of 19 and 30. So it will be 19. So we add new allocation. We add new allocation at plus theta and subtract from minus theta. Okay. So from that the table will be so here this 20 as it is, this 16 as it is. Now here the allocations will change. So at plus theta we have to add. So we have to add how much? 19. So here the allocation will be 19 now. At minus theta we have to subtract, so there will be no allocation now. At 5 we have to add, so 19 plus 5, so it will become 24. Okay, and here we have to subtract, so 30 minus 19 will be how much? 11. As such the allocations now. Now let's determine ui and vj here and check about the optimality. So u1, u2, u3, v1, V2, V3. So now let me take U3 0 again. Then V2 will be 14, V1 will be 7. Now V1 7, so U2 from this, U2 will be minus 4. Sorry, plus 4. 7 plus 4 will be 11. Fine. Now this is 4. So 4 plus what will be 19? So here I will get 15. 14 plus what will be 2? So it is again minus 12. So now find out delta ij. Here it will be minus 5 again. What about this? Here 15 minus 12. So 3 minus 19 will be minus 16. Okay. Here this is 18 minus 18. So 0. So it has an alternate solution. This is 15 minus 19. So minus 4. So now all delta ij less equal 0 indicates this is an optimal solution. Since all delta ij less equal 0 implies it is an optimal solution. It is an optimal solution. Now to determine optimal profit, therefore optimal total profit, it is maximum of summation I from 1 to n, j from 1 to n, pij into xij. So what does that here? Here these are xij's allocations, and here these are costs. Here these are loss, while we have to take what? Profit. So for that we need to consider this profit matrix again. This is our profit matrix here. So at 1 2 we know here the profit is how much? 17. So I must write 20 into what? 17. Here you know, here this is dummy. So here the profits are 0. So here it will be 0. What about this? Here the profit is 8. So plus 11 into what? 8. Plus 24 into what? This 12. Plus 16 into what here? 5. Plus 19 into what? 0. So this addition will be, this is rupees 796. This addition is 796, and that is our required profit in this problem for this transportation of these units from those plants A, B and C. This is about the maximization type of problem in transportation problem. Sometimes the maximization profit matrix is directly given. Purposely I have taken such a problem in which the profit matrix is not given. First of all, you need to determine profit matrix, and most of the time the profit matrix is directly given. In next video we will see one more problem of this kind. Thank you.